This is kind of a song about my friendship with my buddy Greg, and it's called Snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes. Ain't that the truth? There's an exception to every rule. In the basement on Robert Scott Drive, milk crates full of gold, Ziggy Stardust and Kiss Alive, sticky fingers by the Rolling Stone, Tied him a gush, Jesus walked on water. But he got his feet wet, just like that time at the Apple Barrel. And the girls with the clove cigarettes. Friends are like snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes, still acting cool. But there's an exception to every rule. Swinging hammers to chasing oil. Buy a round for the boys. So, like, to make the songs make a little bit of sense, you gotta understand that 20-some odd years ago, Greg lived in this old Victorian style house in south end of Halifax. It had high ceilings, 3 small bedrooms, and 1 bathroom. And we would have parties there, and one party in particular, a lot of people showed up, and I got pretty fucking drunk, and I had to take a piss. And I walked upstairs to Greg's house, and like I said, there was 1 bathroom, and there was a line up to the bathroom, so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go piss outside. And I went outside. There's like, on the front deck, there was like the front of the house, there was a deck, bit of a stoop, kind of a walk up, and the deck kind of wrapped around the house, and it overlooked an alleyway, and I was like, that's the dark part of the deck, I'm gonna go back there and take a piss. So I did. Almost instantly, I heard the sound of my piss hitting the roof of a car. And I looked over the railing, and I was pissing on the roof of Greg's car that was parked down below in the alleyway. And whatever. You're in the mid-piss. I've had a lot of beer, and I can't pinch it off, so I just keep fucking pissing. Right around that time, Greg came outside. And he noticed that I was pissing on top of his car. And he understandably got upset. And he was like, man, you're fucking pissing on my car. And I was like, fuck, whatever. I'm pissing on your car. We'll fucking wash it. It's Halifax. It'll rain. Whatever. No big deal. He's like, it is a big deal. It's not very cool. You're pissing on my fucking car. And I said, who cares, man? Fuck off. I'm pissing on your car. He goes, well, you wouldn't like it very much if I pissed on you. And I said, fuck you, piss on me. See if I care. And unbeknownst to me, Greg took me up on that, took out his dick, and started pissing on me. And I didn't notice at first. And Greg quickly realized that he also noticed that I didn't notice. And soon something was going to happen because he was pissing on his very intoxicated best friend. We didn't notice that he was being pissed on. Like I said, soon would. Greg was in a vulnerable position because he had in one hand a drink, whiskey, ice, and Coke in a plastic yellow mug that we had both found at Value Village. On one mug, it had Navy script writing and a ship's wheel, and it said the first mate. And on the other one, it said the captain. And those were our drinking glasses. And in one hand, Greg had his drinking glass that said the first mate. And in the other hand, he had his dick. And he was pissing on my leg. And I didn't notice. But I did notice. And I got mad, and I grabbed that mug, and I threw it over my shoulder, and I got on his face, and I said, man, you're fucking pissing on me. And he said, yeah, well, you were pissing on my car. And I said, fuck you, man, it was just a fucking car, and now you're pissing on me. Well, fuck yourself. And we were up in each other's faces, and by this time, other people had noticed the commotion, and they came outside, and they kind of broke us up. So I didn't actually punch him, but he did actually piss on my leg. And I had to go borrow someone else's pants and put them on and then walk home mad. And Greg went back into the party mad. And that was that. The next morning I had to get up and I had to walk back to Greg's place and return the pants that I had borrowed the night before and pick up my piss-soaked pants and apologize. And Greg apologized and we laughed about it and we still do. And in the 20 years since then, we've still and always will be friends. He was the best man in my wedding. I stood in his. And I remember the first time I held his firstborn son. And I remember the first time I held his secondborn son. A few years ago on Facebook, I saw a meme. It was a beautiful winter night scene, auroras borealis in the sky. Pretty white script writing, this sort of thing that your mom would post. And on this beautiful script writing, it said, friends are like snowflakes. When you pee on them, they start to disappear. So I sent that meme to Greg and I said, buddy, we're the proof that there's an exception to every rule. First mate and the captain, CC, ice and Coke. I stepped outside for relief, but you didn't quite get the joke. Friends are like snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes. Friends are like snowflakes, still act the fool. There's an exception to every rule. Buddy, we're the exception to that particular rule. Sorry I pissed on your car.